Hello everyone, I am Erica of beadingschool.com and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone, my weekly open beading workshop to make sure that every beader all around the world has company. I hope you can see me, I hope you can hear me. Please let me know. I have a feeling that there is a lag for some reason between how you see me and between how actually things are happening here. So I hope it's all right. Malia says she can see me and hear me. Cindy is here. Carol is here. Carol is watching from Facebook. Lutka is here. Wonderful. Today we are going to bead Vicky's Faerie Queen motif from the Fairy Forest Beading School Academy theme box. But as you can see, I have this cute image next to me, and this is one of the most important news that I would like to share with you. So that's why I wanted to make sure that I don't forget. Who knows what this means next to me? This cute image with the coffee cup. Where can you see this? Can you recall it? I see also Antoinette, Tina, Molly, Jacqueline, Belinda, Jennifer, Joanna, Angelina, Jessica, Sherry, Linda, Sharon. So nice to see you, ladies. So who can tell me where can you usually see this picture? I'm curious. And Kimberly, indeed, we haven't seen you. I haven't seen you for a while. I hope you are doing well. And Asta is here saying hi. And Laura also. Wonderful ladies. So this image next to me usually appears in the Beading School Academy virtual classroom, and you can see it when there is a lunch break coming up. So already this Saturday at the usual time, you can meet Susie, chat with her, and show her your beadwork and ask her questions, what's going on with her. She was together with Angelica earlier this week in Prague. So I'm sure she has some very, very, very nice memories and experiences to share. So make sure to pick her brain about that. I see Joanna, Corinne, Robin, Sarah. Good to know, Kimberly, that you were busy, but everything is all right. Bernadette is here too. So as I mentioned, on Saturday, there is a lunch break Zoom room coming up with Susie for our Beading School Academy students. And that is only one of the perks of the Beading School Academy. You can also bead today's Faerie Queen pendant using the beads and components from the theme box. And I'm also using partially those, partially I added some greens from the Shamrock Lock box. So mine will be of a different color than Vicky's. But otherwise, you have everything in your box. And for those of you who don't know yet, the Beading School Academy is a bi-monthly beading membership program. And I dare to say that it is the most valuable one out there in the beading world. When I see how the skills and the creativity of our beaders skyrocket already during a few months once they join the academy, then I don't think that I need to add much. You see the proof of it, dear beaders, in the Beading School Club, and we also regularly share the results of the work of our dear beaders on Facebook and on YouTube, also during videos. So if you would like to be one of the beaders who really skyrocket their skills and in the same time enjoy the company of other beaders, enjoy the storytelling nights and so on, then make sure to join the Academy. We have a few Fairy Forest team boxes left, not many. So if you would like to also have a second or third box, or if you would like to join now, then don't hesitate long. And on Tuesday, we had a live design session. That's also something that is always happening together with every Beading School Academy team, that I take my box and the beads and components that I still have left after creating my jewels, and then I try to come up with a new design while you beaders are watching. And sometimes it's like something that I feel is like a super nice success, like it was with the Spice Bazaar, but sometimes these live design sessions need some more work afterwards. So also now Tuesday was not one of my best days, and I really wasn't happy with what was born on my bead mat. However, if you know me, then you know that I don't leave this unresolved. So I kept playing after Tuesday's live design, and I'm not finished yet, but this is what I came up with so far. So I've started in a completely different way, with the Moby Dwarfs turned differently. I added also half tilas, and we talked about it, that the hexagon cabochons are a bit tricky to work with because they don't seem to sit steady, but I'm super happy with how they are sitting in this motif. I still need to work on this. It's not finished yet, but so far so good. I wanted to show it. You can also find some new colors of hexagon cabochons in the bead shop if you would like to play too. And I saw that already Lita and Terry continued playing, and both of them created beautiful, beautiful moments. The hexagons are also part of Laura's motif, one of the signature jewels, and also Vicky's Wisp of Willow. So if you would like to bead everything, then now there are more colors available to you. And Deborah says, I learned so much with live design. And dear Deborah, thank you so much for saying that. I think we can learn a lot even from experiments that don't go super well. So this was one of those. But you see, if we persevere, then we can turn it around always. And more readers joined it in the meanwhile. And Jessica said, that looks really promising. Well done, Erika. Thank you, dear Jessica. We also added, by the way, besides the hexagon cabochons, you might also, like you asked about this earlier, we also have now more colors of the 12 millimeter Princess Square cabochons, and those are the ones that you need for my mirror wheeled pendant. That means miracle in Gaelic. And you might also need this for another one of Laura's designs. So if you would like to expand your collection of colors, then now they are available. And today the treasury ladies continued working. So today they were focusing on cubic zirconia cabochons, and they restocked many of them, including the super nice light topaz navet shaped cabochons that we used in the previous theme, and also many more. But back now to the beautiful jewel that we are going to bead today. It's called Faerie Queen, and it is the work of Vicky Roberts. And Vicky says about the Faerie Queen: I read a lot of books centered around the word of fae, so when my academy box arrived and I saw the title, I was instantly excited. As I unpacked and sorted through it, I was so drawn to the flower spacer bars, so much so that I couldn't get them out of my head and was desperate to use them. I love the result. With its almost non-beaded look and modern yet timeless feel, I named it Faerie Queen. This reflects the Faerie Queen archetype, beautiful, ancient, and therefore timeless. And I absolutely love Vicky's construction, and I already beaded it once yesterday, and it was really a pleasure to bead. So I can't wait to bead it together with you. Before we would start, you can already download the tutorial. By the way, we always publish it 1 hour before the workshop, and then you have the gift option available for 3 days, and the bead shop option stays there forever and ever. So in the meantime, you can already download the tutorial. But before we would start, then I would like to ask a favor. Lovely ladies, please put down your beads for a moment. Please just look at me. Please stop beading. Please stop downloading. Please stop typing. Just tell me that you are here with me, and tell me, please, that you are listening, because this is important, super important. I have a favor to ask, and do I have your attention, ladies? Meryl says, in the meantime, it is such a clean and clear design. It is, and it's so fast to bead. I actually would love to have earrings from it. Sharon says, listening. Thank you so much, dear Sharon. Kata is here. Loretta is here. Wonderful. So ladies, Violetta, Erica says, okay, I stopped. Angelina says, yes, listening. Martika, Anita, Gunel, Robin says, I hear you. Jennifer says, yes. Tina says, hello. Bernadette says, yes. So it seems I have your ears, ladies. Thank you so much. So, lovely ladies, please hit the share button, and please give this a thumbs up. Please make sure to follow the Facebook channel. Please make sure to follow the YouTube channel. But most importantly, please hit a share button and tell your beading friends about beading school, about No One Has to Bead Alone, and about the great atmosphere and the beautiful designs that we have here. It is very, very important for us that we all put our sharing energy together, and you ladies help us in spreading the word about beading school. And I love reading your reviews. I love reading. Sometimes Melinda shares an email with me that you posted, and I absolutely love reading them. And I'm so happy that what we bring to you in beading school and in the beading school bead shop, it is valuable for you. And we need to spread the word about beading school. And the best possible way to do that is if you help me with it. On one hand, Facebook asks for insane amounts when it comes to advertising. I would rather keep that money, I'm honest with you, I'd rather keep that money and either like organize some kind of game, keep the prices where they are, invest in like supporting a new talented designer. That's super important for us. And on the other hand, also, when a fellow beader, imagine if a fellow beader hears about beading school from you, then that means so much more than a Facebook advertisement. And it takes only a few seconds. Please type in a sentence like, I love joining beading school because, or I love shopping at the beading school bead shop because, and tell your honest opinion and share the link beadingschool.com. And if someone, you see like in a group, someone is asking for a recommendation, then please mention us. We are so, so, so grateful that you are doing that. And thank you so much, everyone. I see you in the groups. I see your Facebook pages. Thank you so much. Also, Angelina, I know that you do a lot. And also Robin and everyone. Thank you so much for doing that, ladies. You are really helping us with, like, in this challenging environment to thrive and to like bring you this energy. So thank you so much for doing that every time and for not stopping but doing it over and over again. Thank you, ladies. And while you are not beading still, please clap to yourself and hug yourself, because it is thanks to you that we can be here. Thank you so much. Erica's talk is over and we can bead now. And hopefully you also can now download the tutorial that Vicky prepared for you. And yeah. So the tutorial is waiting for you there at no1has2beadalone.com. And since No One Has to Bead Alone started out at the beginning of the COVID crisis as my social contribution to ease the effects of social isolation, and I created this option of downloading the tutorial for 3 days as a gift always, to make sure that every beader who wants can join. And well, mental health is of utmost importance to me because of personal reasons. So I decided to keep this option open, and I will keep this option open as far as I can, as long as I can. And I'm very, very grateful to everyone who keeps coming, who keeps talking about us, who keeps chatting, talking, having fun together, because this really means a lot to me. And also I know that a lot to beaders who participate. So thank you so much, ladies. And Molly says, in the meantime, Vicky makes so beautiful tutorials. Indeed. So we didn't have any homework this week, but I would like to recommend you a little bit of extra beady education in case that you will have some spare moments with your afternoon or morning coffee. So back in 2023, there was a coffee time with Erica dedicated to the most important metal findings in your stash. And since today we are working with metal components, then maybe it will be nice to look back at this and to learn that what do I find the most important. And the pictures are a bit of a teaser. Come back on Tuesday for coffee time with Erica if you would also like to have the flower spacer bars in gold. and we will be talking about metal components. So I can't wait. So that's coming on next Tuesday, and then on Thursday we will have an offline No One Has to Be the One with Ruxandra's Avery tutorial. And Meryl says, in the meantime, I was introduced to beading school by Bronze Pony. She just published a new tutorial from us. Oh, and Tina says, this is a wonderful academy, love it. Thank you, dear Tina. So, as I said, today we are beading a tutorial by Vicky, and this is where you can find Vicky in the designer zone. So if you like her style, then make sure to look it up. Today, we will use flower spacer bars, size 15 Miyuki seed beads, Miyuki spacer beads, 3mm fire polished beads, 3mm Bicone beads, and the focal will be a 7mm Chaton rose from Preciosa. You can find everything in the Beading School bead shop, or as I said, in your Beading School Academy theme box. And now I would like to switch to my hand camera, which is again a different setting. So in the meantime, I will show you a little video about the incredible Preciosa AB custom coated chatons in 8mm size. They are super sparkly and beautiful. And while you are watching the video, then I will switch to my hand camera. It requires now a bit more work, so please be patient with me. Thank you. So I think it works well. Please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. Oh, and so many of you say that you know us thanks to Bronze Pony and that you love Bronze Pony's designs. I think the new one that she created from the Shamrock Lock box is absolutely beautiful. Molly says, Bronze Pony sent me here as well. Very thankful for that recommendation. And Christine says, I love all of Stephanie's projects. I have made many. And Robin says that she can hear me and see me. So let's start beading. So we start in step 1 with a flower spacer bar with some size 15 seed beads, Miyuki spacer beads, and a fire polished bead. So the flower spacer bar, it consists of 3 beautiful flowers, each flower having 4 petals, and the petals are cubic zirconia, sparkly cubic zirconia cabochons. And if this is your first time working with the flower spacer bar, then first I would like to recommend to check it out a little bit closer. So from the top, you see the 3 flowers. There are little metal dots in the middle of the flowers. And when you turn it turn it sideways, then along the longer side, you see 3 holes that we are going to use. And along the short side, you also see 1 long hole. But now we will use the holes that are across the the short side, and to be specific, we will always bead outwards through the first hole and then back towards us through the third hole. So let's start by beading through the first hole away from us. And then let's pick up one piece of size 15 seed bead, a Miyuki spacer, a 3 mm fire polished bead, another Miyuki spacer, and a size 15 Miyuki seed bead. And now, with these 5 beads on my needle, I bead back towards me through the third hole of the flower spacer bar. So when I pull my thread tight, then you will see that these 5 beads cover the distance between the 2 holes exactly. In the meantime, Hannah joined us and she says, "Hi from Iceland. I bought 2 bundles to gift myself a birthday present. My birthday is on Saturday. Happy birthday, Hannah, and what a beautiful sparkly way to celebrate." Lovely ladies, do you have any questions about the material list or about the first step that I just showed you? I just realized that I didn't leave you enough time to ask about the material. So please let me know if you have any questions about the material. Cindy also says that she has been watching Bronze Pony for a very long time. And Belinda says that she found us thanks to Gina of Orchid and Opal. We also love working with Gina. So if there are no other questions, then let's continue. So what's happening in the next step? In the next step, we will first pick up a Miyuki spacer bead, a 3 mm Preciosa Bicone, and another Miyuki spacer bead. So these 3 beads are the ones that will connect to each other, 2 spacer bars. These will be on the corners. And now I need to also pick up the next flower spacer bar through its first hole. Imagine I unfortunately had to cut apart my first Faerie Queen pendant, by the way, because I have only 4 pieces of the flower spacer bars. But next week, when the gold ones are coming, then for sure I will order some more. In step 3, we will add the same seed beads and fire polished bead on top of the flower spacer bar as we did for the first time. So I'm exiting the first hole, and now it's time to pick up a size 15, a Miyuki spacer, a fire polished bead, a spacer, and another Miyuki size 15. And again, with these 5 beads on my needle, I bead towards me through the last third hole of the flower spacer bar. So now I have 2 sequences with 1 corner sequence also. And let's see what's happening next. So as you can see, we will complete now a square. So we need to repeat the previous step 2 more times. So first I pick up a spacer bead, a 3 mm Bicone, and another spacer bead. This will be on the corner, connecting the flower spacer bars on the inside. And then I pick up a flower spacer bar through the first hole. I pick up size 15 spacer fire polished bead spacer size 15, and then I bead back through the third hole of the flower spacer bar. Now I pick up size 15, spacer, 3mm Bicone spacer. This is the third corner sequence. And then I can pick up the last flower spacer bar that I need to add to complete the square. I'm putting this down on my bead mat, leaving it on my bead mat so you see the structure better. But normally I would hold it in my hand. So now I pick up size 15 spacer, 3mm fire polished bead spacer size 15. And with these 5 beads on my needle, I bead through the third hole of the flower spacer bar. To complete the square, I pick up a Milky spacer, a 3mm Bicone, and another Milky spacer, and I bead through the first hole of the very first flower spacer bar that I have picked up. So when I pull together everything, then this is how it looks like. And I will repeat the first part of the thread path through the beads sitting on top of the flower spacer bar, through the third hole of the flower spacer bar, and through the spacer, Milky spacer, before the 3mm Preciosa Bicone. So this is how it looks like at the moment. Lovely ladies, do you have any questions about it so far? I see Sherry being happy for the spacer bars. Erica is wishing happy birthday to Hannah. Martika says that she made many of Stephanie's designs. Terry says Stephanie is an amazing designer and teacher. Lovely ladies, how is it going so far? Please let me know. And Sabine says, I love the space. I really need more. Also, there are more nice patterns with it. Indeed, like somehow so many of our designers picked up the flower spacer bars when they played with the Fairy Forest theme box. Like, I'm not surprised. They are beautiful and they are of incredibly nice quality. So indeed, now you have a wide choice that which design or which designs would you like to bead with them. Lita is also celebrating, and actually Kata was also celebrating recently. So happy birthday to many of our ladies, including Hannah, Lita, and Kata. Tina says it's lovely. Let's continue now. So what's happening in the next step? In the next step, we start from a Milky spacer before a Preciosa Bicone. We pick up 4 pieces of the size 15 Milky seed beads. we skip the Bicone bead, and then we repeat the thread pass until we get to the same starting position. So I skipped the Bicone, I beaded directly to the Miyuki spacer and through the flower spacer bar. Now I bead through size 15 Miyuki spacer fire polished bead. Linda was also celebrating. Happy birthday. Also, I bead also through Miyuki spacer size 15 flower spacer bar and another Miyuki spacer, and I stop before a Preciosa Bicone bead. Now it's time again to pick up 4 pieces of Miyuki size 15 seed beads again. I skip the Preciosa Bicone and I bead through the Miyuki spacer, flower spacer bar, size 15, Miyuki spacer, 3mm fire polished bead, Miyuki spacer, size 15, flower spacer bar, and Miyuki spacer. The construction is becoming sturdier and sturdier. We will bead all around several times, so the joints and everything will become stronger. Now it's time to pick up a group of 4 Miyuki seed beads for a third time. I skip the Preciosa Bicone and I bead through the Miyuki spacer, flower spacer bar, all the beads on the top, and then towards the middle of the square through the flower spacer bar and the Miyuki 15. Now it's time again to pick up 4 pieces of Miyuki size 15s. I skip the 3mm Preciosa Bicone and I bead through the Miyuki spacer, flower spacer bar, and all the way until I am exiting. Let's see, what am I exiting? The first 2 out of a group of 4 size 15s. And Deb was also celebrating. Happy birthday, Deb. Mentioning celebrations, very soon Passover and Easter are around the corner, and this is a time when we actually have a recurring tradition of a fun and adrenaline-filled game in the Beading School Bead Shop. So stay tuned, ladies. If you like dangerous sports and dangerous stuff in the bead shop besides the dangerous fuchsia boxes, then make sure to stay with us next week when the springtime celebrations are coming. So I got into the starting position for the next step, and my thread is exiting the first 2 round 15s out of a group of 4 next to a Bicone bead. Now I repeat the thread pass with one little modification, and that modification is that between the first 2 and the second pair of the first pair and the second pair of seed beads in the group of 4, I add a new 5th one. Otherwise, everything stays the same. But now this little seed bead decoration around the Bicone bead, on the inside edge of the Bicone bead, it will become V-shaped, and we will be connecting more beads for the bezel too. And Kimberly says that beading school birthday is coming soon. And lovely ladies, there is indeed, as Kimberly says, beading school birthday is coming soon. However, we decided actually yesterday, so this is completely new news, that we decided yesterday to change 2 weeks in the calendar, because actually the beading school birthday celebrations, we did not notice that they will coincide with Passover and with Easter. And when we were organizing recently that we would love to have collaborative designers and so on, then we realized that it is a very hectic time for like everyone. So, lovely ladies, there will be a swap in the program. So, first we will have bead embroidery week, and then we will have beading school birthday celebrations. So please mark your calendars. We would like you to have full attention for the beading school birthday celebrations. They are always super fun, so we don't want you to miss it. Oh, and Joanna will celebrate tomorrow. So many birthdays. And now, and thank you for your understanding about this change. So I'm adding the last size 15 in the middle of a group of 4. And then I will continue beading until I am exiting one of those new beads in the middle of a group. So this is how it looks like. And now we will create the bezel in the middle. So we are connecting the bezel on these newest beads that are in the middle of the V shape. And we will connect these middle beads by groups of size 15, 3mm fire polished bead, and size 15. So now I have these 3 beads on my needle, and then I bead through the next size 15 in the same position. And then I do the same again and again and again. This is my 3rd repetition. And then the 4th group of size 15 fire polished bead and size 15. And I finish this step by crossing the same bead that I started from. So this is how it looks like at the moment. And Linda says, are you going to use the emerald 2 times AB in the middle? Oh my God, that's a good idea. And I actually have them on hand. We will need more bicones, right? Do I remember it well? Oh, if we need more bicones, I switch to them emerald 2 times AB. And Irena has a question. I must have done something wrong. I am ahead, and after securing the Chaton in the back with 3mm fire polished beads, it keeps falling out of the front. Reinforcing the 15 fire polish 15 didn't help. I added 4 more 15s in the corner, which helps a little, but still insecure. Dear Irene, if you are ahead, then I would suggest please take a deep breath and bead along with me as I am showing how I do it. And if afterwards you still have questions, then please take a picture and post it in the Beading School Club, because I think this is something that I need to see. But first you have a little bit of time to rest, because you are ahead of me. So please just watch what I am doing. The offline no one has to be the one Erica is asking will be Ruxandra's Avery. So now I will turn my motif to the other side. Oh, I'm sorry. Just a moment. Excuse me, I'm teaching. I like.
Oh, how are you doing?
Very well. I will start by 37, right?
47.
47.
I want to pay Jessica. I say, let me just read.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
What do you think?
Sorry, ladies, I'm the new girl in the apartment, and my dear neighbors are stopping by, and they are so cute. And I just needed to see that who is that, and I will stop by to see the lady at 47. Oh my God, I love living here. So now, yes, Kimberly, I already agreed to have tea together with my next door neighbor tomorrow. No, the day after tomorrow. And this lovely lady is, we bumped into each other on the first day when I was moving. And then she was like, oh, are you alone? I'm like, yes. And she was like, I will make sure that you get to know everyone. And she was so cute, and she stopped by now, and oh my God, one of them even brought me flowers. They are the best. Oh, getting emotional. So now I need to connect the same beads with different groups of beads, and this will be groups of 6 size 15 seed beads in between the corner beads. I'm starting to feel a little bit ashamed that I haven't stopped by yet to say hi to everyone. But like, I was for a bit more than 2 weeks in Spain because of the surgery. The first week I was unboxing And yeah, I did not feel well during these past days. So I really wasn't in the mood to like make the first impression on my lovely neighbors when I'm like crying and angry and whatever. So I wanted to get myself together a little bit and then say hi to everyone. But in the meantime, they start to be faster than me and come by before I would have a chance to stop by everywhere. I actually plan to make a big bunch of brownies and make little packages together with my number and everything in case we need to contact each other. It's just, we have here, I don't know if you are familiar with it, we have here this absolutely stupid ovens that are ovens and microwaves in one. So that means that they are shitty ovens and shitty microwaves. And I didn't dare yet to bake my infamous brownies. It needs a bit of headspace to figure out how this works. Even every time I try to switch it on, it goes wrong. So it's not that easy. In my previous place, I could bake brownies in like 40 minutes together with baking. So now I need to still settle somewhat and need to get a new oven and a new microwave because I absolutely hate the one that I have. And yeah, so I added the groups of 6 all around, and then I continued until I am in the middle of one of the groups. So I beaded through 3 of the seed beads from a group of 6. And now I will do a similar step as before. So I will add a seed bead in the middle of each group, but otherwise the thread path stays the same. So now I bead through the second group of 3, then the corner bead, then 3 more, now I pick up another size 15, I bead through 3 more beads, corner bead, and 3 more beads. And Erica says, maybe someone there can show you how it works. Like, oh my God, I really hope so. Like, it's terrible. Is anyone familiar with it? When it is supposed to be like a microwave and an oven in one? I love everything else about my new home. There are like huge, beautiful windows with an open space in front of my apartment. I always have my morning coffee there. It's so nice to sit there in the window. I have a nice balcony. I made sure that I have a nice comfy bed so I can recharge my energy. And the colors I chose nature tones and this sunshine yellow behind me full of positive energy. So like I'm absolutely in love with my new home. Only the oven, that is something that I can't get used to. Deb says it sounds like some type of convection oven. I don't have a clue, but it's like I always think like, okay, now I figured it out, but it's never the case. Okay, and now it's also time to pop in the 7mm Preciosa Chaton rose. Chaton roses have flat backs, by the way, and we are working both with the 11mm and the 7mm ones. Now we need the smaller 7mm one, and it will go with the sparkly side towards the fire polished beads. And Irene, one idea for you already, if you say that it keeps falling out, that repeat the thread path, but skip the corner beads. Skip the beads here and go only through size 15, fire polished size 15, and do that 1 or 2 times, and that should make it more secure for you. And Anita says that she had it, but it never worked well. Exactly like my brother-in-law, he used to sell, well, he's still selling electronics, only now one specific brand for like 20 years, more than 20 years. And he also said like, no chance, I should change it when I can. So now, last step for the motif itself, that I will connect the new beads to each other using 3mm fire polished beads. So I'm exiting one of the corner beads, I pick up a 3mm fire polished bead, and then I bead through the next corner bead. And this requires a little bit of fiddling with your fingers. Make sure that you keep the Chaton rose in place, but shortly you will have the bezel secure, and very, very soon you will be able to wear your Faerie Queen. Jacqueline says this is such a pretty design. And Kimberly says, I think they are great for reheating food or frozen meals, but I don't think they work the same. Yeah, like I'm really afraid to pop in my precious brownie with so much chocolate. So I have all the fire polished beads in place. I will repeat my thread path all around to make it more secure. This is very personal, if you feel the need or not. I do feel the need. I'm over reinforcing maybe, but I like doing it. So to over reinforce, I even recommend beading all around only through the fire polished beads. Ah, such a secure, tight little bezel. I absolutely love it. And it was so much fun to bead, in my opinion. Now all you need to do is bead out to the edge and then finish your jewel how you would like to fix it. Vicky created even a little loop for it. By the way, what I also was playing with, that I tried to add 4mm Bicone beads in between the flower spacer bars, so that also can be a little extra personalization if you would like to have more bling. So to do that, I bead to a flower spacer bar, but then I do this tricky crossing that I enter through the short hole, but I don't come out opposite, but I come out diagonally through the hole on the side. And sometimes this hole is a little bit like pushed in because that's not the designated hole to use it. But it doesn't matter, the thread can move around. And here I could add 4mm Bicone beads in between. the flower spacer bars on the corners. So this is not in Vicky's original design, and I think it's beautiful absolutely how it is, but I already had these 4mm Bicone beads on hand when I was beading this yesterday, and I just felt the urge to try if it works, and it fits perfectly. So I wanted to show you that this is an option how you can use even more Preciosa crystals in this already beautiful pendant. So lovely ladies, I would like to ask Irene if she could make it right. And I think I will actually now also go back to the middle. And just to make sure that if your thread tension is different than Vicky's was, and you feel the need to reinforce the middle some more, then you can do it by beading through the groups of size 15 3mm fire polished bead size 15, and this pulls together the size 15s a little bit more, and the opening in the middle will be smaller. So if you feel like you want to make it tighter, then you can do this. And if you want to make it even tighter, then another option that just came into my mind is that you could also connect the fire polished beads to each other, maybe using 2 size 15s or a delica. That requires a bit of experimenting. I don't think that is necessary, but just an option if you would like to do that. And Joanna says, it's such a beautiful pendant. And Linda says, I always like to repeat my thread path. And Martika says, this design is so lovely, Erica. It's Vicky's idea, so I am so grateful to her that she designed this for us. And I can't wait to see all your jewels in the Beading School Club. And Irene says that it was not enough for her to just skip the corner beads, but she added 4 more size 15s and skipping them so they pop into the middle. So that's secure now. I'm glad you found the solution, dear Irene. Lovely ladies. I showed you before beading this beautiful, beautiful Chaton AB box video, but I did not tell you what it's about. And before I would say goodbye, and in the meantime, please prepare your questions. If you have any questions, then please let me know and I will answer them after I tell you about the bundle. So normally, Preciosa makes lots and lots of beautiful colors of Preciosa chatons. However, they are always in the basic colors or some coatings, but not with AB effect. And anytime when I ask you that what is your favorite crystal color, then you keep telling me that it's the 2 times AB when it comes to Bicone beads. And I had a feeling that you will also love AB chatons, and we asked one of our favorite partners from the Crystal Volley to apply a custom coating on top of the Preciosa 8mm chatons. So that's how we made this project happen, that the crystals themselves, they are Preciosa crystals, but then we took them to one of our favorite partners next door kind of. And then they applied some of the precious knowledge that what kind of chemicals and everything do they need to use. So they applied the AB effect on top of the Preciosa crystals. And these crystals and the boxes and the box bundle with the AB chatons, which are incredibly hard to find in the whole beading world, they are now custom made for you beading school beaders, and we just restocked everything and even brought you some new colors, including, for example, smoked sapphire AB, which is absolutely, absolutely beautiful, or red velvet AB. Like red velvet and smoked sapphire are already super rare colors, and even with the AB coating, that's like finding a needle in a haystack, as we say in Hungarian. I think the same saying exists also in English. And you can have the chatons also color by color, but to make them more available for you, I also created a sun, a warm color, and a moon, a cold color collection. And if you would like to have both of the collections, there are 60 chatons, by the way, in both collections, 10 and 10 colors. So 6 pieces of each color. And you can get the 2 boxes, the moon box and the sun box, also together. And in that case, only until next week's Coffee Time with Erica, we will pack another extra sparkly gift to all of the box bundles that you order. 2 box bundles, 2 gift bags. And 1 gift bag contains 3 colors of 3mm Preciosa 2x AB Bicone beads, 15 pieces of each. So it's a taster of 3 colors that are otherwise not available. And everyone who goes for the box bundle gets this sampling, 3 colors. And also on top of it, Veronka's palm front tutorial that is absolutely, absolutely beautiful. And it has an 8mm chaton in the middle, so you can put the 8mm Preciosa AB chatons to good use immediately. So lovely ladies, thank you so much for everyone who already adopted a box or a box bundle or some of the chatons on their own. We are so grateful that you did that. Like, thanks to the power of the community that now there is a growing number of us. That's why we can make projects like this happen. Because of course, the manufacturer, they can't make us 10 chatons. They can make for us only a bigger amount. And when we spread the word and more beaders are going for these kinds of collections, then that means that we can make them actually happen again and again in the future and find different ones for you. So thank you so much for your appreciation. And now I would like to look into the questions if you have any. Cindy says, it's such a beautiful pendant, Vicky, so beautiful. Jacqueline says, thank you so much. This is so, so pretty. Molly thinks that it would look beautiful as a bracelet too. Jacqueline also likes the idea. But yeah, indeed, you would need more flower connectors for that. And Cindy says, thank you, Erica, for teaching us this beautiful pendant. Have a beautiful day and enjoy getting to know your new neighbors. I will for sure, dear Cindy. And Erica says, can you hold it up to your ear so I can see it as an earring? Absolutely, dear Erica. Just please allow me to change my camera setting again. And I will be back in a moment. You can see my ceiling now. I switched to the front camera and Erica's face is back. Okay, hopefully this does not fall. Okay, how did I have it? I had it like this. So I will remove the picture. Here am I. Oh my God, I'm big. I will zoom out. I need to zoom out. So much better. So this is the motif. And oh my God, it sparkles crazy. Even from a distance. Oh my God. This is beautiful. I want earrings. The shine. How do you like it, Erica? Is it how you imagined it to be? And Terry says, thank you, Vicky. I love it. Erica says, you are tiny. I am tiny, by the way. You ladies actually don't know because you always see only my head, but I'm tiny. I'm 158 centimeters. I don't know how many I know that you measure in feet and inches and weird stuff, no offense, but it's not logical for my brain. So I'm 158 centimeters, so I'm pretty tiny, especially in the land of giants here in the Netherlands. They are like officially the tallest nation all over the world, and they are like the guys are around 2 meters, like easily. And like when I wanted to buy a bike for the first time, then I nearly had to go for a children's bike. Now I got used to like my feet not reaching the ground. And I actually have a French one, a Peugeot bike. But in the beginning, it was like, oh my God. I still need to like regularly ask help in the supermarket that I don't reach stuff from some shelves. And it's funny because sometimes like you see that those are children who are helping me, or like really young teenagers, and they are so much taller than me, both the girls and the guys. So yeah, I'm tiny. And Robin asks, can you zoom in? I will show you the pendant like this. Oh, and thank you for your kind words. Jacqueline says, I need more spacer bars. We all do, I think. So stay tuned for Tuesday. Jessica says, oh my God. Like, it's crazy sparkly. This has just become one of my favorite motifs and one of my favorite components, the flower spacer bars. Erica already has enough bars for an earring. Good. So Linda says, you are a tad over 5 feet. Thank you, Linda, for translating. Sharon says, in US, that's 5 feet 2 inches for inquiring minds. That's tiny, right? Oh, Corinne. Oh my God, we are like quarter of an hour over of like the designated time, but I so don't care. It felt so good today, ladies. It was awesome beading together. And thank you so much for this great energy. And by the way, I noticed you are sometimes asking about my tattoos. This is like the first time, I think, when I'm like really showing them off. And if you notice a resemblance between my necklace and the tattoos, then it's not a coincidence. Actually, I was wearing this necklace deliberately when I went to the tattoo artist for the first time, when I explained to her that what do I want, and I told her that it should be like kind of inspired by this necklace. So yeah, that's why it's matchy. Oh, Linda is the same height. And Terry says, a lot packed into that little person, Erica. And Nicolene says, Nicolene is here with me, by the way, in Amsterdam. She says, so she knows the how tall the Dutch is. And she says, I have the same experience of being small when I go to the Scandinavia. I am 176. I thought Scandinavian were the biggest. The Dutchies, you guys are the biggest. Totally. They say that because of all the dairy products over the centuries, that there is lots of calcium in the dairy products, and that makes the bones grow better. So they say that that's why Dutch people are so tall. The secret is the cheese. I should eat more cheese. Martika is 5'5". Erica says, my daughter is 5 foot even. By the way, we have someone in the beading school treasury who is smaller than me. Can you guess who is that? You know her. She's one of my colleagues that is like, you see her often. So can you tell me who is tinier than me? Oh, and thank you, Jacqueline. And Kimberly has a question, and a very good one. She says, Erica, I have a question about the new Chaton AB box. I bought one in the past with the AB. Does this box has different colors, mostly the newer ones, or are there some duplicates? So it's like also new and also old colors. It's kind of a mixture, Kimberly. I don't know the exact ratio. I would recommend to ask the question at info@beadingschool.com. So Melinda can check it for you, but I know that it's a mixture. I just don't know how much is old and how much is new. And Lita says, you are the same height as my sister. I used to call her Mighty Mouse. Yes, Nicolene, you are tall. And Angelina thinks Andrea, Palima thinks Zuzi, Kimberly thinks Zuzi also. Jacqueline says Melinda, Linda says Zuzi, Sarah, Andrea. And the answer is Andrea. So we used to go to high school together with Andrea. She was sitting behind me for 4 years. And when we had physical education, then we had to line up like in from the tallest person to the shortest. So she was the last in the row, and I was the penultimate in the row. And Zuzi is super tall. She's like super tall. Andy and me, we are tiny. So yeah, Zuzi's tall. So lovely ladies, check on her tomorrow during the lunch break. Don't forget about it. So lovely ladies, also please share your beautiful creations in the Beading School Club. I can't wait to see everyone's Faerie Queens. I think it will be awesome to see what each of us creates. And thank you so much for spending this awesome time together. And we will meet again on Tuesday for coffee time with Erica. Take care, ladies. Bye. Bye.